The ghost of regimes past has decided to get up out her coffin and say something incredibly dim. And guess who's drawing her ire? Wow, it's Trump once again. Tell me you're alpha widowed without telling me you're alpha widowed. Hillary Clinton calls for a formal deprogramming of Trump cult members. Says the woman who literally can't go a single day without muttering, "I was robbed in 2016. I was Russian disinformation." Well, actually, when you put your request in for the blanket coverage of Russian disinformation, Russian meddling into the 2016 election, you probably shouldn't have put your name at the bottom of the request sheet. They're stupid, but let's see what she has to say on this one. Failed 2016 presidential candidate. Oh, we got to run that back for a second because that felt so goddamn good to say. Failed 2016 presidential candidate. Hey, Hillary, you're never going to be president. What's that? Oh, okay, good. I thought I heard something behind me. Called supporters of former president and future president Donald Trump cult members who require formal deprogramming. Well, explaining in a CNN interview. You're talking to CNN viewers about being in a cult, okay? White Democrats needed to defeat the Republican frontrunner and his allies. Oh my God, let's hear what Lady Palpatine has to say. We had very strong partisans on both parties in the past, and we had a very bitter battles over all kinds of things. Gun control and climate change, the economy and taxes and the truth, and who actually cares about what happened in Benghazi? Who cares? But there wasn't this little tale of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Clinton glared while talking to Christina I don't fucking know, one of those goofs that still works at CNN. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. Yeah, that's why he has so many people who support him. Yeah, interesting. He has no credibility. Okay. She went on, referring to the 77-year-old's Make America Great Again slogan. He's only in it for himself. That's why he's actively fighting how many indictments, and you whose direct actions, or rather inactions, led to how many people dying? How many wars did you support? What about your emails? Oh, right. Yeah, you don't end up getting indicted for doing worse things, but Trump does because he's only in it for himself. See, it kind of falls apart under scrutiny, but again, when you're never scrutinized for anything, you can get away with, well, in her case, actual murder. And when do you break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members. Wow, you actually said that, huh? Interesting. But something needs to happen, Clinton said, the former First Lady, Senator from New York, and Secretary of State. Yeah, but not President. Urged sane and pragmatic Republicans. Oh yeah, the Mike Pences of the world, and the Asa Hutchinsons, and the fucking, forget the guy who looks like Martin Scorsese, just, put into a stretch. A bed, to work with colleagues across the aisle to neutralize extreme measures of the people who promote them. And yeah, there's also been reports, I think Newsweek or something broke it, that the FBI is looking into MAGA extremists, just looking to, well, kind of facilitate this plan that this ghoul is alluding to. And yeah, we've seen this shit play out before, and hey man, the moment that it materializes, just like the classification of parents turning out to school board meetings ends up coming true, well, we can go ahead and look back to this point in time and go, oh wow, Hillary Clinton just outed herself. What's what's ultimately going to end up happening for her calling for the rounding up, the deprogramming of cult members? A pseudo incitement of violence? No, nothing. Okay, cool. Asked how that could come about given Trump's commanding lead of the 2024 presidential race. Well, I've got 26 nodes of experience under my belt. Clinton said that he and his supporters must suffer defeat at the ballot box. Yes, whether he does or doesn't, he'll be defeated at the ballot box. And we already know, you and your folks are just going to go ahead and try to do anything that you can. And, well, maybe try some of the greatest hits from 2020 where, Joe Biden got 81 million votes, 100%. Yep. Most secure, safe election ever. Oh, we have to defeat him. We have to defeat them, and we have to defeat those who are election deniers, as we did in 2020. There were election deniers in 2020 that lost. It seems to me that side of the aisle, especially for 2016 and 2018, they seem to make out all right. Weird. And in 2022, yeah, Stacey Abrams did lose her election, and we have to, oh my god, finish a fucking sentence without saying just to be smarter about how we are trying to empower the right people inside the Republican Party. Yeah, the complacent side of things, where the John McCain's, Mitt Romney's, the guys that just want to roll over so you could scratch their bellies. Just a good, just kind of a pseudo opposition. Clinton, 75. Oh, yes. One step closer to death, has been a harsh critic of Trump. Yes, during, after, around, all around the she is still so mad, man. Because, yeah, Trump was never supposed to win. Never supposed to win, and that's why he's going so hard against him. But let's see what some of those sane individuals from the Republican Party are saying about Hillary Clinton calling for the deprogramming of MAGA Republicans. Supporters of former President Donald Trump and his Make America Great Again movement are criticizing Hillary Clinton for a comment she made during a Thursday interview. Trump has only made Clinton a frequent target. Has also made Clinton a frequent target of his verbal attacks. Not like recently. Okay, and he and one of his lawyers were hit with nearly $1 million in sanctions earlier this year. Well, yeah, of course, it's now become a criminal offense to represent the former president in a court of law. Hell, you could even get indicted like Jenna Ellis in Georgia earlier this year, for filing a since-dismissed lawsuit that claimed Clinton and others tried to rig the 2016 elections against him. Yeah, evidence be damned, we can't go back and relitigate 2016. Like, come on, Hillary Clinton's there, and I like my life. Clinton's comments during, the CNN interview didn't sit well with people who have ties to Trump, including Kayleigh McEnany. Deplorable moments times 10. McEnany, who served as White House press secretary under Trump, wrote on X of Clinton's remarks on Thursday evening. Caroline Leavitt, a spokesperson for the Make America Great Again Incorporated, a super PAC aligned with Trump's 2024 presidential campaign, promised a Trump re-election while speaking out against Clinton's message. President Trump said countless times that they are only coming after him because he stands in their way and they're coming after you, and Hillary Clinton just confirmed that to be true. Yeah, exactly. You could just, I don't really like his policies, you just get out there and vote in 2024. No, we just need to go out there and start attacking the people that support him. I'm sorry, what? You need to slow your roll, you old bitch. Tens of millions of Americans will reject the Democrat Party's re-education camp agenda in November 2024 when we make Donald Trump the 47th president of the United States. Yay! Monica Crowley, would you only get bitches to comment on this shit? Okay, like you got Hillary Clinton, who is, I guess, a woman, because under the leftists' model, is she a woman? Well, okay, maybe because she identifies it, but the way that they want to categorize, women today by birthing people, that plumbing hasn't worked forever, if it ever did at all. So, interesting. Okay, so you think that you can only get women to talk about, okay, oh good, we got Robbie Starbuck at least to look forward to, who worked in the Trump administration as a deputy national security advisor before holding a position at the Treasury Department, also took exception to Clinton's statement. Mrs. Clinton out here calling for the formal deprogramming of cult members, Trump supporters. Her open call for tyranny coincides with the FBI's open admission that they're targeting Trump supporters. That's what I referenced a little bit earlier. None of this is a coincidence. Get it yet? Robbie Starbuck, a conservative filmmaker and former GOP congressional candidate, said a line was just crossed that they can't be walked back. Yeah, it will, because they'll just go ahead and memory hole it. Hey guys, did you see Israel's at war right now, and Republicans really care about Israel? Meanwhile, the Hodge twins. Oh, okay. Had somebody tweet out on their social media account, tyrants love re-education camps. Yes, exactly, and nobody quite knows tyranny the same way that Hillary Clinton does. Science right... Oh, I'm sorry. Not everyone on X denounced Clinton's comments. Oh, okay, cool. So dyed-in-the-wall leftics are like, yeah, but instead of re-education camps, we got a different type of camp that we can go ahead and open for them. It's like, wait a minute, pause. Science writer, who works at Girl Science, quoted Clinton as the formal deprogramming and added, preferably before they vote as a condition to be allowed to vote and own guns, hey? What the fuck, you weirdo? But if that's the only person that you could cite, well, I'd imagine, you could go ahead and peruse X in the most leftist of areas, and they've been calling for that, if not worse. Hell, I seem to recall AOC right after, in the afterglow of 2020, wanting a list of people who publicly supported Donald Trump put out there so that they could be, I don't even remember the full extent of what she was promising, but yeah, it didn't look good. And speaking of not looking good, that'd be old Hillary in today's day and age, and holy, that's about the most flattering picture that you could have. But we were all thinking, probably a couple of years ago, that this bitch is probably gearing up for something in 2024. But she's been awfully quiet lately, probably trying to manage her epilepsy medication. But with the rise of Gavin Newsom off to the side, I'm gonna have to peer into what the Clinton Foundation is doing, who they're funding, and see which way the wind is blowing on that. Because like it or not, the Clintons, for as long as they're alive, are still gonna have a say in what goes on with the Democratic Party and where they want things to go. Well, if they know what's good for them, they're going to go ahead and listen. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.